And our second main topic today gets sent in to us by Biggie Cheese, who writes, "Hey, John, is Joker or Knives Out more likely to get a sequel? Both had a great lead actor, both exceeded box office expectations, both have a chance at being nominated for Best Picture, and this is just an opinion, but they're my two favorite movies of the year. I think Knives Out is better. So which do you think is more likely to get a sequel?" All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And listen, I wholeheartedly agree with you. There's a lot of similarities between these two films. Great lead performances, fabulous movies. Both of them are in my top 10 favorite movies of the year list for sure. Both have a strong possibility of getting Best Picture nominations, all that kind of stuff. Which one has the bigger chance of getting a sequel? Well, it depends on how you look at it. If you go the normal route of trying to evaluate the sequelability, there I made up a word, the sequelability of a movie, the normal thing you go look at is, how did it do financially? Well, they both did well. They both were profitable, but one really outshined the other. I mean, Joker made over $1 billion, $1.06 billion at the box office. I mean, the highest grossing R-rated movie of all time, all that kind of stuff. Now, you go to Knives Out, which had a very modest $35 million budget. It came in profitable, made the studio about $20 million in profit, $30 million in profit, because it didn't have that big of a marketing budget either. 166 for an old style murder mystery movie. Now, in today's thing, forget the name of the movie. If you said, we're going to put out a comic book movie based on a very popular, well-known comic book character and a 1970s style murder mystery, which one's going to make more money? Obviously the comic book one, but they both did very well. But if you go the route of just the sequelability based on finances, well, then you got to look at Joker for sure. However, Joker was a movie for a long time that they insisted was a one-shot. Pure one shot, which is how I would prefer them to leave it. But once a movie, forget the $1 billion mark, once this movie started climbing over 600 million, to me it became a foregone conclusion it was going to get one. But they're still saying it's not official, even though we know it all is. With Knives Out, it didn't make nearly as much money as Joker did, but they've already been talking about how they think this thing is primed to be a franchise. And I agree with them. I can watch this Daniel Craig detective dude. I can watch him in 10 more movies. I'm totally down with it. So on the one hand, Joker is the obvious choice. On the other hand, Knives Out. Let's be clear. I think both of these movies are going to get sequels. I think they're both going to get sequels. I don't think there's much doubt of that. Which is more likely? Man, money talks. So I got to say, well, I think they are both going to get these sequels. I think the most likely one here is going to be Joker. Aaron, you're looking at the situation here. I think they're both fabulous, fabulous movies. Loved both of them, both in my top 10. But if you had to put $5 down on, if somebody said to you, only one of them is actually getting a sequel, which one would you bet it's going to be?
Knives Out.
Really?
Not even a question. And here's why. Because I agree with you. Money talks. At the same time, Joaquin Phoenix has proven through his career that he's not someone who's just going to respond to a big paycheck. And he's also not going to respond to bullying from a studio. Daniel Craig and Rian Johnson have even before Knives Out, even before the film came out, they were already saying, hey, yeah, we would totally be interested in, discussing a sequel if it made sense. Rian Johnson was talking about that a month before the film came out. And he was also likening it to the Agatha Christie franchise of where you had the books where you had the single detective who came out. And if they can take a Knives Out 2 starring Daniel Craig, totally different setting, different cast, again, an all-star cast, and with the critical and financial success of the first one, it will be very easy to bring in some additional heavy hitters, Academy Award winners who want to come together to do a really great ensemble film that should get nominated for a Screen Actors Guild Ensemble Award, by the way. Just saying. I read a really funny thing that Todd Phillips said. He said that Joaquin Phoenix never actually agreed to do the movie, that they talked about it, that he'd enticed him, they spent a lot of time together, and that Joaquin was like, I don't know. And then all of a sudden he just showed up one day on set for a wardrobe fitting. And I was like, that's not really how it works. There's contracts, there's negotiations. How would they know what his sizes were? Like, you don't just, so I'm a little confused by that conversation. And ultimately, will there be a Joker 2? It's going to depend on what the story is. I really do believe that Joaquin is not going to sign on for a second one unless he truly believes in the character. And I think that there can be an extension of this story easily. But Knives Out 2 is the clear, obvious answer.
Here's the funny thing. I said I believe both of these are going to get it. But I'll say this, and this might sound counterintuitive. I think if Joaquin Phoenix wins the Academy Award this year for Best Actor, which I don't think he will, but I think he's definitely in the running, and I won't be surprised if he does. If he does, I don't think he'll do another Joker.
Agree.
I think if he wins that Academy Award, he's going to go, I'm not going to sully this.
Yep.
I'm walking away. I think other actors, and I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here.
Right.
I think other actors would go, well, man, now I really got to do another one. I just get the feeling if Joaquin Phoenix wins that trophy, he's just going to go, yep, done.
Yeah.
Put it away, and then look forward to his next project. I don't know. Question is, guys, what do you think? Like, I think both of these movies are just brilliant. They're both successful. They're both going to get Oscar buzz. But if you had to bet that one of them had the bigger chance of getting a sequel than the other, which one do you think it is? Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts.